Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today I am going to be tackling Himitsu Sentai Goranger episode 43 to 84. Basically the second half. If you guys have not watched part 1, go ahead and do that. I'll have an annotation somewhere on top of the screen. But as you can tell, I'm not alone. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Gloria.
Thank you, Gloria, so much for joining me.
You're welcome.
Okay, so basically, I'm gonna go ahead and start out by recapping 42. So we see that General Tamuji, we get introduced to General Magma, and General Temujin is jealous of General Magma, and General Magma is jealous of General Temujin. And we see General Temujin sabotaging. Basically, we see both of them sabotaging each other's plan. Go Rangers actually end up defeating General Temujin by using the Go Ranger Storm. And also, Bio Balloon also gets destroyed in that process. So, moving on to episode. And we also get introduced to Vidrine and Tank. So, yeah. Moving on to episode 43, we see Diamond Mask sneaking into some type of facility and steal information about the Go Ranger suits. Then when we see Diamond Mask fight the Go Rangers, Peggy, Asuka, Daita, and Kaijo, they were struggling. Some of the Go Rangers suits get turned up and all that. And then we basically see Peggy working on a new ball, and we see Kaijo, Daita, and Asuka went out to go stall until the new Go Ranger suits are ready, and until Peggy is also done with the new ball. And yeah, we also get introduced to the new helmets. Some new helmets. Gloria, what's your thoughts on those new helmets?
Hmm. Well, I mean, I like them.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. But and then after that, basically we see them transform into their new Go Ranger suits, which basically gives them new weapons. What's your thoughts on new weapons, Gloria?
I like the. I just, I just like the upgrade in using different
Mm,
kinds.
okay, that's pretty cool. So my favorite is the ultra blue cherry. She makes upgraded bow and arrow, and you say you didn't have a favorite, right?
You know,
Okay, moving on a little bit past that, we get introduced to the Go Ranger Hurricane, which is basically a football. So no more Go Ranger Storm New Power Operation. Instead, they're going to be playing football, basically playing a big game of keep away from these soldiers and whatever max is for this for episodes. But yeah, so we just see them play banter, playing football, passing into each other, and yeah, and just like the Guardians of Stormy Power Operation is going to be turning into different whatever it needs to be for that episode. Gloria, what's your thoughts on the Guardians of Hurricane?
I like how it reminds you of football,
Mm-hmm.
and that it does more damage, I believe, than the storm ball.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
And we got some new opening credit footage and closing credit footage. So what's your thoughts on that?
well, I don't really have much to say about it. I mean, I like it.
Okay, that's fair. So moving on to the next couple of episodes. Episode 45 or episode let's start episode 44 we see Barry Tank can actually go underground, which that's pretty cool. And then in episode 45 we see that Barry Tank can actually go underwater too. So basically it's like a multi-purpose vehicle. So that's pretty interesting. Then we going to just skip on to episode 54. So basically, episode 54 starts off with Well, we see Go Rangers sneaking into some type of facility, and they actually got some type of blueprint, which is basically Nabaron's weakness. But they had to figure out how to find, like, to see on the little map that they got. So Yoko ended up spilling some type of lemonade on the map, and it ended up showing where the Naruto weaknesses are. So there's 3 points of weakness, but I'm gonna come back to that. So we see on the villain side, we see the Führer get fed up with General Magmon's failures. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. And he wants to go get basically a new general, and General Magman is jealous about that. And then after that, we see him try to sneak in, and the soldier said that he's not allowed in there, which is pretty interesting. And yeah, going back to where the Rangers are doing, basically Kaijo. Actually, I'll start right here. Peggy and Daita are gonna be distracting them and going underground with Tank, while Kaijo, Shime, and Asuka are gonna be going on the Go Ranger machines to basically strap bombs on them and destroy the 3 weaknesses and to end up destroying Navarone. After that, we see them finally defeat General Magman, and yeah. And then in this episode, we actually get introduced to Golden Comet, Golden Mask. So, or Golden Chief Mask. So, Gloria, what's your thoughts on the new general?
The Golden Gentleman.
Uh huh. Well, what's your thoughts on like the design?
Hmm, since I do like gold, I'm actually a big fan of his design.
Of course you are. It's just of course. But anyway, moving on a little bit past that. Yeah, so basically, I am going to be skipping. Actually, no, I can't. Episode 55. I know Gloria will start with this episode, so basically, in this episode, we see Daita is not there anymore. I know Gloria's really sad about that, so. Gloria, what's your thoughts on this episode? Since Daita is not here anymore.
Um, it was awkward.
Yeah, but okay, so we also get introduced to Daigoro, which that's interesting. So yeah, found out a little bit weird that the commander didn't say anything beforehand, but it's something. Moving on though more into the episode, we get introduced to their new Goranger machines. Red Star, Blue Star, and Green Star. So Gloria, what's your thoughts on the new Goranger machines?
I like the details of the design.
I can agree with that. Okay, so moving on a little bit more past that, episode 56 sees the Fuhrer actually played by a completely different actor than the first 55 episodes. So we see a different actor play the Fuhrer. So that's actually really interesting. But moving on a little bit more past that, episode 59 through 61 taking place in a completely different place. And yeah, episode 60 basically has at the close to the end of the episode basically has Asuka dropping the Gold Ranger Hurricane when it get passed to him. Luckily, they had a spare ball and everything like that. And then episode 61 really just follows up on that. Um, Cal Schumash is actually trying to replicate the Goranger Hurricane to the Black Cross Hurricane. And we see it didn't work the first time, but then we see him try to do it a second time because he actually stole a replica of the Goranger Hurricane that the Rangers planted for him to take. Did work and it embarrasses him in front of the Führer and Golden Mask. But yeah, then moving on more past that, we see the Goranger Hurricane actually works, and the Rangers barely made it out there with their lives. But yeah, and then we see them do a showdown. Peggy ended up upgrading the ball so it could be more powerful. So now we see basically a standoff between the Goranger Hurricane and the Black Cross Hurricane, which actually is really interesting. So, Gloria, what was your whole thoughts on that episode?
Wait, which one?
The one with calcium mask, where the with the Goranger Hurricane, the Black Cross Hurricane.
Oh, when they had like made a replica.
Yeah, when calcium mask made a replica of the Goranger Hurricane.
Um, that was actually unexpected.
Yeah, coming
That
from
they
her perspective, is definitely an outsider perspective.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna move on a little bit past that. We see the Gorangers finally defeat him, etc., etc. Moving on to episode 67. Actually, no. We're gonna go back to episode 64. Episode 64 sees us introduced to our new ninja warriors, which are stronger than the soldiers. Glory, do you have any thoughts on the new ninja warriors that we got introduced to?
Um, well, I see that I could tell that they really trying their best to do everything that they can to defeat the Go Rangers rather than bringing these new soldiers.
Yeah, we see that they are stronger than the go. I mean, that they are stronger than the regular soldiers, and we can see that they shapeshift through. They could go through walls, which that's interesting. You have any more thoughts on that, Gloria, or no?
No.
Okay, moving on to episode 67, we see Daigoro unfortunately pass away in battle, thanks to can opener mask. So, Gloria, what's your whole thoughts on that?
Which one you said something about can't open?
Yeah, Daigoro got stabbed by Ken Opener mask, and Daigoro ended up dying.
Oh, that part. Um, since I didn't really have much of a connection with the character, it didn't really like take me that much, but I did. It was a sad moment. I could say that.
The stakes were definitely raised in this episode because the Kamikaze X basically was just destroying a bunch of that town. Daigoro felt really bad because he thinks the whole thing is his fault, etc. Taro get hit by a car because of the Kamikaze X. It just making everything go haywire. The Go Rangers can't use their buy balloon or buy tank or nothing like that. So yeah, basically it was kind of defenseless. And then Gloria was happy because Daita came back. Right, Gloria?
Yeah.
You should have heard her. She was so happy. But anyways, moving on a little bit past that, we actually do see the fight scenes actually improve a lot more, actually. Because the stunts move over to Japan Action Fight Club, which some of these Super Sentai actors or Tokusatsu actors participate in. Like, for example, Kenji Oba is one of them. But yeah, moving on past that, the fight scenes definitely improved a lot. And the Go Ranger Hurricane can now, they just do perform in the air now. But Gloria, what's your thoughts on the fight scenes being improved?
um, I feel like it's just a good thing. I don't have much, but I feel like it's a good thing.
Yeah, and we also get introduced to the new Go Ranger poses. They actually got different poses now. So, do you have any thoughts on that?
And I actually love them, to be honest.
These are not the final poses, but some of the poses actually changed. But moving on past that episode 69 sees the introduce of Vari Cocoon, which is basically a hot air balloon. You have any thoughts on that one?
Mm, well, I like the design.
Yeah, I think it has a pretty cool design. Basically, just to sell more toys. But yeah, moving on to episode 72, we see the Go Rangers finally get their final roll call poses for what's going to be the rest of the show. So I really like them. They're really slick and more. What's the word I'm looking for, Gloria?
Wait, what you trying to describe again?
It's like more. concrete. No, you know what? I'm gonna move on past that because I don't want to sit here and try to describe them. Moving on to episode 84, basically. We say, okay, basically that episode starts off with the Fear finally wants to challenge the Go Rangers. The Go Rangers end up doing their roll call for the last time, and we see them fight them. So we see all of them try to use their weapons, and which work it didn't work at all. So then we see them doing their separate kicks, and that did not work. So they tried to use the Go Ranger Hurricane. For this episode, the Go Ranger Hurricane was the Go Ranger Hurricane Guillotine, which basically is like a guillotine. It cut off the Fury head, but the Fury still did not die. She basically kind of was immortal. But we see that Fury is expected by Cassiopeia, which coming from Golden Mask. So the Fury ends up having to get retreated back to his base. And we see Golden Mask take on the Goranger, and the Golden Mask gets defeated in literally, I think, less than a minute. Yeah. But his dust end up getting all over the Goranger suits, and the Golden Dust basically will tell the Fear where the Goranger's base is. But moving on past that, we see them try to figure out what Cassiopeia even is or what it represents, and Taro actually comes up with the answer. Cassiopeia is basically the 5 stars of the Go Rangers, represent 5 stars of the Go Rangers, and their name basically represent Cassiopeia. Kaido, Shime, um, Daita, Peggy, and Asuka basically represents the Cassiopeia. So Kaido went to the Fear's base to make sure 100% that Cassiopeia is their weakness, and it is. So yeah, basically Cassiopeia is the Fear's weakness. So yeah. So now about final battle in stores. The Go Ranger used their Go Ranger Hurricane Cassiopeia, and the Fear and the is severely weakened by it, but retreats back to his base one last time, and he gets not defeated, but he transformed his plane into the not little airship, and then basically they're going to be using Go Ranger machines and basically reuse stock footage from episode 54, and the Fury end up getting defeated. So that is Himitsu Sentai Goranger. So let's go ahead and do our overview and talk about our characters. So first up, we have Kaido Shiyoshi, played by Naoya Makato. Gloria, what's your thoughts on Kaido? Yoshi, played by Naoya Makato. Gloria, what's your thoughts on Kaido?
Um, he shows a lot of leadership.
Okay. I think he is a nice. Is a he's mature, and he's a leader. I mean, he has some a good focus episode in episode 20, and some later half of the series, which I'll talk about later on. But yeah, he has some nice episodes to his name. But again, this show doesn't really have much character development for any of the Rangers, so yeah, he's cool. I love all the characters. But moving on, we got Akira Shime, played by Hiroshi Miyachi. So my thoughts on Shime, he's just more of a cool, calm, and collected type of character. He doesn't really get angry that much. He's just more cool, calm, collective who always wears cowboy get up. So, Gloria, what's your thoughts on Shime?
Yeah, he's chill.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and let Gloria talk about this one. Alright, so we had moving on to Daita Oiwa, played by Baku Hakatayama. So take it away, Gloria.
Well, he's funny. Uh, he do put a lot in trust in people. He does like to eat carrot, and he's actually like my favorite character on the show.
Wow, nobody could tell. But yeah, that all you had to say about Daita?
Yeah.
Daita is really gullible for the most part. Yeah, he's pretty gullible. He is a nice one out of the group, and he's the comic relief. And I really love Daita, but Well, he's not my favorite character, but I still love him. Moving on to Daigoro. I am played by Jiro Kamino. So I do not have anything to say about him. I know he loves to eat spaghetti and he practices some type of martial art or some type of I think he practices judo. I don't remember. But he doesn't really do much. He just fades into the background, even though he was supposed to be a replacement. By the way, I forgot to mention the actor who played Daita, Baku Akatayama, the actor who played Daita, wanted to participate in the play, so they ended up writing him out for 12 episodes, and that's why Daigo was even here in the first place. Any thoughts on that, Gloria?
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why he feels much of a replacement because he is one, but I don't want to have to feel like he is one. But that's what he feels. He feel like a replacement. Any thoughts on Daigo, Gloria?
Well, he is nice, and um, well, that last episode where he died in, he was very helpful,
Yeah, but
and
I just didn't form an attachment to the character because
yeah,
the show failed to make me care about this character.
yeah, and yeah, he also likes to eat spaghetti. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. Peggy Masayama, played by Lisa Komaki. Gloria, you go first.
She is independent. She's a strong woman. Yeah, many that.
What'd you say?
I said she's independent and she's a strong woman, so it's yes, mainly that.
I think I really love Peggy. She's one of my favorite characters. If it's either her or Shime, but I love both of them. She's a strong character in my opinion. I like how she's treated very strongly. She does get the most screen time out of all her castmates. And I think her actress does a really good job at playing her. Same with all of the actors in the show, but she is just amazing. She's a strong female. I just really love Peggy. And she gets some really strong focus episodes, which tend to be the best of the series, in my opinion. But moving on to Kenji Asuka, played by Yukio Ito. So Asuka is more impulsive. He's the hothead of the group. He is the youngest of the group, as we learned. Um, and yeah, he also had another really good focus episode in episode 81, which actually gave some really good depth to him. Um, and yeah, Gloria, what's your thoughts on Asuka?
He does let his emotion get to him. Yeah, but he's a cool person.
I agree. That's yeah, he is. But I still love all these characters. But moving on, let's go ahead and talk about 007 Yoko. So, what's your thoughts on Yoko?
As the episodes, like as we get more into the episodes and stuff, she's been more active.
Yeah, she is more active. I can agree with that.
I mean, she
Deb,
is nice.
yeah, she is nice, and she also has a little brother Taro. But yeah, she does way more than 008 and 009.
Yeah.
Speaking of 008 and 009, I have nothing much to say about them. They don't really do much. And they just kind of disappear throughout halfway through the series. Do you have anything to say about them, Gloria?
No, at one point I kind of forgot about them.
So Tamako and Haruko just don't. They just. I assume they got killed off screen or something. But yeah. Moving on to Taro. Gloria, what's your thoughts on Taro?
I actually like him, and I love his riddles.
Yeah, I think he has some good moments. Okay, but moving on past that, we move on to Gapanchi Edogawa. So, what's your thoughts on Commander Edogawa?
Hmm, which one is him?
Commander.
Oh, the commander. I like how he basically treats the Go Rangers like they're his own kids, and he really does look out.
Yeah, he does really look out for them. I agree with that. And he has some really good moments. But moving on, let's go ahead and talk about the villains. So, let's talk about Fury. I have nothing really to say about Fury, in my opinion. Fury doesn't really amount to much, if anything. But yeah, do you have any? What's your thoughts on Fury?
Uh, well, I don't know. I just know that he's just really determined in defeating the Go Rangers.
Yeah, but he doesn't really do it until episode 84. So yeah.
Mhm.
Moving on, let's talk about the generals. General, first up is Sun Halo Mask. So, what's your thoughts on Sun Halo Mask?
Um, wasn't really bad. He had, yeah. I mean, he had some good strategies and stuff.
I can agree with that. Yeah, he does have some. He does have some smart strategies. He gave some good episodes to the Rangers. So yeah. Moving on, General Temujin. General Temujin, I love General Temujin. He is my favorite general up out of the bunch. I really think he should have been the final general of the series. He came up with really smart plans. We often see him on the battlefield, and most of the plans could have worked if it wasn't for one other thing. But yeah, Gloria, what's your thoughts on General Temujin?
Well, basically, like you said, even though Sun Halo Massey was good, that general right there, he just happened to be like just a little bit better, if you know what I mean. And yeah, he was actually like the closest to defeating the Go Ranger.
Yeah, he was to see if it wasn't for one thing or something like that. But yeah, I was actually sad when he got defeated. But moving on to General Magmon. What's your thoughts on General Magman?
Um, well, I don't even have much to say about him. He was
He he
alright.
he has some funny moments, but that's about it. That's all I really can say about him. I don't have much to say about him. But moving on to Gold Mask. I'm gonna let Gloria go first with this one.
Like I said, I like his design because I love gold, but besides that, yeah, he wasn't too much in the picture like that.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
What is the whole point of Gold Mask? He does absolutely nothing. There's no point. He just complains about his failures and just whining like a little baby. And he gets up in less than 5 minutes. Some general he is. Anyways, yeah, I'm done. Anyways, moving on past that, yeah, y'all could tell I really don't like him, but he doesn't do anything. What's the point being there? I really think General Temujin should have been the final general of the series. He would just contribute way more. But yeah, unfortunately that didn't happen. But yeah, that's basically it about the villain side of things. But moving on. So let's go ahead and talk about the episode as a whole. So Gloria, what's your thoughts on the episodes?
I mean, it wasn't bad. I actually liked him. you know. And then since it was like made in the 70s, I mean, it was new to me knowing that this was like the first season that was ever created. Because I mean, I know I've seen like some of the current Power Ranger shows and stuff, but I had no whereabouts about this one. But it was pretty good.
Man, I mean, like I enjoyed my time with the show. All these episodes were fun to watch, except the finale. The finale was trash, but other than that, I still enjoy my time with the show. That's what I think really reported. The show wasn't horrible or awful. It was actually really fun. I had a lot of fun with the show and doing my rewatch of the show. But yeah, so moving on to our, I guess, our final ratings. I will rate Go Ranger a 4 out of 5. I think it was just a really fun ride. I enjoyed my time with the show, and I never found myself bored with any episodes except the finale. But yeah, Gloria, what's your overall final score with Go Ranger?
I'll say like a 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I gave it credit because this is first of its kind. Had to remember that at the same time. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. My social media link will be in the description. I also be linking Gloria's social media links down below in the description. Thank you so much, Gloria, for joining me.
You're welcome.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys with Jacka Dengan Tight. Bye, guys.
Adios.